This presentation is Understanding the Curriculum Overview by Nakia Sherman, Academic Advisor for the School of Social Work. This accompanies the document Curriculum Overview for 2019-2020. Please review it to learn more about the 60 credits required to graduate. 24 come from the foundation curriculum and 36 come from our advanced curriculum. These are the 24 credits of foundation curriculum that all students must take in order to move on to your advanced field placement. Some of these courses must be taken together, such as SOWK 630, 631, and 635, which are taken in the fall when you begin your foundation field placement. In the spring of your second semester of foundation field, you must take Social Work 636 with 632. Individually, some of these classes act as prerequisites for advanced classes. You'll want to look at the curriculum overview for all of the prereqs for our advanced classes. To get into the nitty-gritty of the advanced curriculum requirements, we're going to use this advanced behavioral health specialization as an example in this presentation. Now remember, you already know the 24 credits of foundation curriculum you need to complete. So what I'm going to focus on now is the 36 credits of advanced curriculum. If you're interested in clinical behavioral health, then when you look at the curriculum overview, you would just focus on this clinical column, which would show you what you would need to complete. If you're interested in clinical or perhaps clinical macro, then you would focus on these two columns to drive what classes you need to take. As you can see, they are very similar. And of course, in this example, we're going over clinical, but if you were interested in macro, then you would obviously focus on the two macro columns instead. The first row in our requirements are the advanced policy options. You can only take an advanced policy class if you've taken SOWK 600, which is the foundation class, Social Welfare and Social Policy. In this example, you can see a behavioral health student has a number of classes they can choose to meet this requirement. You only need to choose one of the classes. If you're not quite sure which specialization you would like to pursue, but would like to take an advanced policy class that semester, then you should check the curriculum overview to see where there's some overlap between some specializations. There are also some specializations that only have one policy class that meets their requirement. For example, aging and the employee assistance programs. The second row are the advanced research options. You can only take an advanced research if you've taken SOWK 670, which is our foundation research class. As you can see from this example and from the curriculum overview, many of our specializations have the same advanced research course options. These are your clinical or macro course requirements. Clinical courses have an SWCL prefix. Macro courses have an SWOA prefix. They are also referred to as methods courses. So if you see here where it says SWCL methods or SWOA methods, it purely means that in order to meet that requirement, you must take a course with one of those prefixes. All clinical students, regardless of specialization, will have to take SWCL 700 and SWCL 744 at some point during their time here. All macro students will have to take either SWOA 704 or SWOA 707 at some point during your time here. So when you look through all of the different specializations on the curriculum overview, you'll notice that that has a big overlap. In order to take most of the methods courses, students would need to have taken their first semester or first year of foundation field. These two rows are your electives or your clinical/macro course requirements, depending if you're planning to do a dual concentration. An elective means any 3-credit course that you have met the prerequisites for. This row is your advanced field placement. In your advanced year, each semester is 6 credits. In your foundation year, each semester of foundation field is 3 credits. Here are some other considerations when you look through the curriculum overview. First, at some point during your time here, you must take a course that meets the diversity requirement. All of those courses are listed on the back of the curriculum overview. Secondly, a requirement is that when you're in advanced field, you have to take a methods course in your concentration concurrently with field. So what that means is that if you're in a clinical advanced field placement, make sure you register for a clinical course both in the fall and the spring. Thirdly, I do want to note that it's really important to take a second look at the courses that you are registering for. We have a number of courses that have the same number but different prefixes, so definitely double check when you register. And lastly, and we can probably do a whole other presentation on foundation field, but it's important to remember that foundation field is 2 days a week, 2 full business days a week, usually on a Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday, depending on your last name. And advanced field is typically 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We do have an option for students who aren't able to do a 3-day-a-week field placement to do a 2-day-a-week advanced field placement, which is called an advanced extended field option. And that goes from September all the way until July of the following year. You would be considered a July graduate, not a May graduate, but you would still be invited to participate in the May graduation ceremonies. So it's just something to think about.